four things are followed, having a great aim, acquiring knowledge, hard work and perseverance, then anything can be achieved. Good morning students, welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. In the previous class, we saw how under the leadership of Bismarck, Germany was united. Today, we will see the case of unification of Italy. Like Germany, Italy too had a long history of political fragmentation. Let us see the map of Italy. Italy was divided into a large number of states under different rulers. But to make things easier, we will divide it into four regions and study. The northern part was under Austrian Habsburgs. The central part was ruled by the Pope. The southern part, the kingdom of both Sicilies, were under the domination of the Bourbon kings of Spain. And the kingdom of Sardinia Piedmont was ruled by an Italian princely house. In a nation state, we have read, the people living there must have some common identity or culture or history that binds them together. In Italy, unification was not easy, as even the Italian language had not acquired a common form. It had many local and regional variations. Let us now see the process of unification now. First, we cannot start the unification process without mentioning Mazzini. He was a great revolutionary. We have read about him and his ideas in the revolutionary topic of second unit. He was an ardent advocate of the necessity for Italian unification through the desires and actions of the Italian people. He had formed a secret society called Young Italy to achieve his goals. The July Revolution of 1830 had its effect on Italy also. The patriots of Italian states had also revolted against their autocratic rulers, but the revolutionaries were crushed by the Austrian army under the guidance of Metternich. Mazzini also took part in that revolution. He was arrested and expelled to France. Mazzini believed that Austria was the greatest enemy of freedom and unity of Italy. So, the unification of Italy could not be achieved without driving Austria out of Italy. The revolutions of 1848 had ignited nationalist sentiments throughout the Italian peninsula. There was widespread uprisings in several Italian cities that year, mostly by the professional class, such as doctors, lawyers, shopkeepers, as well as the students. But all these were crushed and the uprisings were unsuccessful. After the failure of both the uprisings, the mantle now fell on Sardinia Piedmont under its ruler King Victor Emmanuel II. Why him? Because he was the only Italian ruler. If not he, then who? Who else will think to unify the Italian states? Also, by doing so, they were seeing the economic development of Italy and hence the political dominance. In 1852, he appointed Count Cavour as the chief minister. Cavour was one of the greatest statesmen and diplomat of the 19th century Europe. He was neither a democrat nor a revolutionary, but still people consider him the real maker of Italy. He secured an alliance with France and succeeded in defeating Austrian forces in 1859. Thus, he was successful in driving out the Austrians from the north. The third important personality is Giuseppe Garibaldi. He was instrumental in bringing the southern Italian states into the unification process. In May 1860, Garibaldi organized an army of volunteers called Red Shirts and set out on the conquest of Sicily and Naples. It was called the Expedition of the Thousands. He succeeded in winning the support of the local peasants there and defeated the army of the Sicily and drove out the Spanish rulers. Then he happily gave up all the conquered provinces in favor of Piedmont. Thus, in 1861, Victor Emmanuel II was declared King of the United Italy. Now the question comes, what about Papal States? It took 9 years from now to make Rome a part of Italy. In 1870, when France was engaged in war with Prussia, France withdrew its troops from Rome. Taking advantage of this situation, the Italian army entered Rome. The troops of Pope were defeated after a slight resistance. Thus, Papal States was incorporated into Italy. Rome became the capital of Italy and the process of unification of Italy was completed. Students, now you must read your textbook and watch the video again to have a better understanding. Students, now you should be able to answer these questions. 1. Name the Italian state in the middle of the 19th century which was ruled by an Italian princely house. This is a very important question. Sardinia, Piedmont. 2. In which year was the unification of Italy completed? These are all MCQ questions. Who was proclaimed King of United Italy in 1861? Italy had a long history of political fragmentation. Support your answer with examples. You must prepare these questions. Who was Count Cavour? State any two contributions. This is a board examination, board question again. Mention two features of the unification movement of Italy. Thus, we finished a very important topic today, the unification of Italy. In the next lesson, we shall discuss the case of Britain. Till then, keep reading and have a nice day. Thank you.